Legends, welcome back to the channel. It's a lovely sunshiny day and you might be thinking, hang on a minute John, that title is a little bit harsh. I know it's dirty and a bit unloved, but to call it a crime scene, well, that's going a little bit too far. No, I'm not exaggerating. The car is a crime scene, and we'll talk it through in just a moment's time how it actually is a crime scene, how I've managed to save it, and its history as well, and a quick look around before we end up giving it a big old clean. If you've not seen the video, earlier today I went up to the north to Darlington and picked up this lovely Proton 1.5 GL. It's not a 1.5 actually, it's a 1.3. Getting confused, too many Protons. It's in this grey colour, a bit like my 1.5 SELE and the Black Knight, and it is quite a rare little Iswara. It's the saloon version, 1994 on an M-Reg, and you may recognise the car if you are part of the Weird Car Twitter community as Bill the Proton, M390 OAN, supplied originally by Anglesey Motor Co in Southampton. Now, not actually sure if that's the original number plate on there and the original dealer sticker, or if it's one that has been added later as it was part exchanged in its life. So this video then, if you haven't already, smash the subscribe button and give it a like before we take a look around and see what is going on. So, crime scene then, yes it is, and the reason that I've got the car is because it was getting vandalised up in Darlington. Belonged to Kez, before that Samantha and Chloe, if you know Samantha and Chloe from the Weird Car Twitter community. This is Bill, their Proton. Kez is at university and left this car on the streets of Darlington, and it's getting vandalised effectively. So this is why it's a crime scene. You can see here CSI have been and swabbed for fingerprints, and Kez has had a little bit of not bad luck, but a little bit of series of unfortunate events with this Proton, being involved in a little bit of a bump on a roundabout, getting it fixed, having the catalytic converter stolen, getting that fixed, and then getting vandalised with people walking over the car, breaking in and damaging it. So Kez decided that it needed to go to a new home, and I have taken on the car today. I've driven it home. It's driven 350 odd miles, and it didn't miss a beat, I won't lie. It drove wonderfully and is actually one of the best Protons that I've ever driven. So this video then, we'll take a look around in depth. It's going to be a long one, and you can see its current condition and the plans that I have got for this car, and we'll take a look at the damage. This side, it's mainly the driver's side, and we'll have a look on the interior, engine bay and the boot as well. So it's a bit dirty, it is grubby, it's been under trees and it's been stored under trees, and Kez, being at university, hasn't had time to give it a bit of a scrub, and that to me actually is something that I'm looking forward to doing, giving it a big old scrub. There's quite a few scratches and dents and bits and pieces on the bonnet, and you can see that it's had a little bit of love in its life. The bumper doesn't fit overly well due to that crash, and there's this little bit of blemishing on the front bumper here, and it's been repaired with a coach bolt by the looks of things, straight through into there, because it was a broken bracket, and it's had a little bit of a cut and bits and pieces there, but not the end of the world. This wing has been replaced. It's a brand new wing, and Kez has rattle can sprayed it. It needs a little bit of a polish up and potentially another coat of clear, and there's some trim missing here from where it needs putting back on where it's been repaired, but I've got that bit of trim and I've got the Proton badge as well that's missing, so that's something that I'm going to be doing. And you can see the difference in the paintwork. You can see all down this side there's a big ripple, and all down there there's a big ripple as well. That's where there was some damage. So front end collision here all the way down to this side, missing the passenger door. Looking ahead then, passenger door is good. There's some trim missing here, which is where some vandals, as I say, have managed to pull that trim off, breaking all these clips in the process, and trying to access in here to unlock the door and get in. Now there's actually a clip in there that will stop anyone from getting in this side, but it's actually missing on that side, and that's why they've been able to get in. Apart from that, it's quite good. It's very solid underneath. All the sills are very good, no rust, no rot, which means that I'm actually going to end up saving this car. I'm not going to break it for spare parts until I have a good look, and if I find something that's terminal, then we might have to redecide, but at the moment it's looking very good. Again, grubby all in here, and the roof as well, and you can see where someone has put their, I don't know, size 10, size whatever footprint here on the roof where they've walked over the car, and it has caused some damage to the bonnet, which is a big shame. There's a big ding in the bonnet here. And it's something that I'm going to try and push out. Maybe there's another one here that you can see, and you can again see people's footprints, and it really angers me that somebody has decided that they've obviously got time and inclination to want to damage someone else's car, maybe because it was looking a little bit unloved, a little bit dirty. They thought that it was abandoned, and have then taken it upon themselves to be a bad person, obviously, and break in and do some damage. Looking ahead to this side then, this wing's all nice and original. There's a little bit of a scuff on the wing here. That should come out with a little bit of T-cut, and a little bit of rust just at this wing here. This sill looking good. Just the bottom of this wing, a little bit blebby, but everything else looking good. This side, this passenger door as well, there's a little bit of damage, a crease here where again this trim has been pulled off, and the bad people have managed to get their hands in here and then open the door and cause damage. Looking into the back, very nice, dirty again, dusty. And you'll notice that the original wheel trims are missing. I do have a set of wheel trims, we'll be having a look at those. But the wheel arches, the majority of them very good. They tend to sort of bleb around here, and actually someone's done a little bit of work there. I think Kez may have done a little bit of work there. We've got some more marks and scratches all along this panel, and the back bumper is nice and solid actually. It's very rare that you get that with these. Now the boot lid again has had someone's size 10 on them. You can see there's a big ding in the boot lid here where something's been dropped on it or sprayed on it. That won't come out, but it's not something that I'm going to be bothered too much about. There's the usual little dints here where someone slammed the boot lid too hard, and it's just warped it. As you know from these, they are a little bit tinny. And when you look at the back, you'll be able to see that it's been pre-loved by a few people who are fans of the hub nut. It's got a hub nut sticker in the back window here. It's got a hub nut sticker here. I don't know who this is. I must admit I've not followed the hub nut from from his original channel, but I don't recognise the car. So if you do recognise the hub nut car, then let me know in the comments below. But apart from that, looking quite good. As I say, there's a sticker here, I love something. I'm not sure what somebody loved. Could have been horses, could have been protons, could have been anything. And then this here and here were some comedy badges that I think Kez put on and has removed them. So looking at this panel, looking all good, wheels all good, and the back window, we've got the original dealer sticker there from Southampton. Let's look inside then. We'll start round on the passenger side, because the interior is actually very good condition. So at GL, we've got a basic interior, and you can see here all the fingerprint dusting material from the SOCO, from the scenes of crime officers that have attended, and that will obviously clean straight off and make a big difference to the car. Same here on this trim, will clean up lovely. Now VHS Chloe knows that I'm mad with her for this because she has fitted these aftermarket Pioneer door speakers. They don't look too bad actually. They don't seem to be working, so I've got to investigate that. But the interior looking good. All the bits of trim that I've pointed out that's missing is actually in the car. And when the vandals have broken into the car, they've done a little bit of damage inside, pulled some bits and pieces off. I've got that to repair. Let's take a look in the glove box then. We've got one of the clips in here from the external trim is snapped off. I've got loads of these, so I can repair that, that's not a problem. We've got a COVID mask, fine. We've got not the original floor mats, but I have got a set of floor mats, and actually under here the carpet's looking very nice. Bits and pieces like ice scrapers. I'll reuse those, I won't throw them in the bin, I will reuse those. We've got other stuff under here. I don't know how many ice scrapers anyone wants. We've got, what, 3 ice scrapers all the ice scrapers, and some other bits and pieces of junk in here. What's that? The Firework Display 2022 Residence Parking Permit. Please display on your dashboard. Always following the rules. Yeah, things like this. This has been ripped out by the vandals. It does just clip back in. There we go. Well, that's one job. Oh, I've put it in upside down. Hang on a minute. There we go. That's one jobbed for the day. They've basically just been in and been cocking about, if that's the actual term that you can use. They've caused damage here, ripped this apart. That'll go in the bin. And there's just general tat in the car that obviously I'll be able to get rid of. What's this in here? Nothing exciting in there. And a spare bulb of some description in there, some sort of LED. I won't be using that. I'll be putting proper bulbs in. The radio works fine. Front speakers don't work properly. Rear speakers do. The clock doesn't work either, that I've noticed, so I'll have to do some investigating in that. The headlining looking good, and one of the good things about this is that it is a non-sunroof model, which means that the leaking will not be happening, which means that the seats are not getting wet. Other stuff that's in here, that piece of trim from the front bumper, this, which has been dusted for fingerprints, that's a piece of trim from the steering wheel that's been ripped off. I need to repair that because it's been broken, but not impossible. Right, passenger side then, let's have a look. More stuff. What's this? That's a piece of indicator. I'm guessing that's where it's been previously broken off. We'll just be getting rid of that. That's the ashtray from the rear console. Let's reinstate that. Oh, we're doing lots of little quick fix jobs. Is there anything in here? Oh yeah, there is something in there. What's that? Oh, it's gone right on the inside. Let's see if we can get it back out. It's a pen from the Holiday Inn. There you go, free advertising for them. Rear bench seats looking good. It's the saloon, they don't fold down. And in the back, we've got, Pioneer speakers as well. It looks quite good in there. That headlining's very good, actually. I'm very impressed. Coming round then, let's go into the passenger side. This side, big shout out to Hubnut again. Might get my own Coupland Classics or something made up. Would you have one of those? Hashtag merchandise. These door trims and door cards looking good, really good in here actually. And these internal areas here looking very good. No signs of rot or rust, which fills me with lots of confidence because they normally go in here and here. It's nice and solid. This is from the door trim, and this is from the ashtray actually. Let's put that back in the ashtray. Ah, I see what's happened. Let's get that, put that back in there. Come on, it's difficult to do one-handed. Have they broken it? Okay, it's been broken actually, so I can't put that back in there. But I do have, I've got loads of these ashtrays, so I'll just pop a new one in there. Right, get rid of that. That's for the ashtray. Let's see, have a look. What else is in here? Nothing exciting. Open that door, leave that door open, as we do. And then coming through to the driver's side, a little bit of wear on this side of this seat here. It could probably do with being stitched up. But actually, for a car that's covered 63,000 miles, the seat cushions are very good. And I'll obviously give this a clean up and a polish up. And it's looking good. Driver's side then, very nice. Again, this is where that panel has to go in there. I actually ripped it out here and broke the screws off. The screws in from the back. I can fix that, not a major issue. Proton badge missing here. I've got one in stock. That can go straight on there. But apart from that, inside there, looking all good. Right, let's pop the boot. Let's pop the bonnet. And we'll look at both before we end the video. Right, here's the boot then. There's stuff in here. What have we got? We've got car polish. We've got a blueprint air filter, maybe? A distributor cap. Is it a new distributor cap? Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like a new distributor in there. Happy days. Not sure why that's in there. We've got these wheel trims which look vile. They're absolutely horrible. I understand why they're not on the car. We've got a spare light with, oh my goodness, what has somebody done here? That's a Proton light, but not sure what they've done here. They've added some sort of extra bit. Don't like that. What's in there? Got some stuff in here. Is that a brake hose? Doesn't tell me on here, does it tell me? Brake hose, yeah, it's a brake hose. There's a new brake hose in there. And I'm guessing that's another one. Thanks. Empty bottle of bottliness. I did have to fill the coolant tank up, so that's probably why that's in there. The radiator's maybe losing a little bit of water. Car polish. What's under here? I'm guessing I've got a spare wheel. Oh, that's a shame, that's broken. I've got one of those. Yep, spare wheel, toolkit, jack. Production date 8th to the 9th, 1993. Lovely. Right, that's the boot. And you can see there's loads of cleaning I've got to do all in here. All these bits of tree and stuff. What do we call it? We called these helicopters when I was a kid. I'll just get the hoover in there, give it a good old hoover out. In fact, I might do that before I give it a jet wash off, because I am going to clean it, obviously. It's filth. Let's have a look under the bonnet, and then that will end the video. Looking good. Looking good there so far. Right, under the bonnet. I'll pop the bonnet then. We're under the bonnet. You can see that the lights need a little bit of a clean, and that radiator there is not looking very good. There's quite a lot of corrosion, and that radiator is going to need replacing. I've got a few in stock. That's something I'll be doing. Battery's looking good, levels looking good. I filled up the coolant tank. Again, all this crud and bits and pieces and rubbish. I'll just hoover out and sweep off before I give it a wash. Coarse grey, that's the colour. It's not a Mallorca black, unlike my others. It's looking quite good under there. Obviously the 12 valve engine with the ECI multi in there. Airbox looking good as well. 929 Mitsubishi airbox, so it's an early airbox from the Iswara models. I hadn't seen the car before I bought it. I didn't know what it was going to be like. First impressions when I got to my location today was, oh my goodness, this is filthy. What am I going to do? The impressions now I've had a good look round it is it's a good usable car, and actually driving it home the 350 miles, it was a fantastic drive. It was the best Proton I've ever driven. It didn't miss a beat. I had to put the tyres up, put some new fuel in it, and away we go. My plan then is to get it nice and clean, get it tidied up, get all that crud and crap off it, and have a look at the actual paperwork of the car, look at its history, look at the paintwork, get it all nice and clean, and then see what sort of a base we've got and do some jobs from there. Likelihood is it probably won't stay with me long term. It'll be one that I've rescued to keep on the road. It might be 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, and then moved on to another owner who's going to love it and enjoy it. But for now, it's going to keep me busy, out and out of trouble with Mrs. John Coupland. Till next time then, have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. If you like the video, smash subscribe, smash like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to that channel, and find me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram as well. It's at John Coupland, all one word, and hopefully we'll be giving you updates on the car as and when we get it nice and clean. Till next time, have a great day. Goodbye.